the Last Minute Laura show. Good morning, good morning. Hi, hello, hi everybody, welcome back. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you too. Yeah. I brought Diane so that you guys can meet her today because she is such a treasure, a national treasure truly, and I thought that you might like to meet her. But hi! How are you? How's it going? If you're new and this is your first time showing up, I'm Laura. This is the Last Minute Laura morning show. We've been on a 1 month long hiatus. Used to do it every day, twice a day, and now I think we're going to back away a little bit and do more like once a week, maybe twice a week moving forward, just so that I can get a whole bunch done on the side. But did you guys see the video that came out this weekend? I put out a new video this weekend and it's doing really well. Like YouTube seems to really like it. So I'm really happy about that. That makes me happy. I brought in the beautiful Diane because she is very chill. Hi. No, don't do that. No, hey. Thunder. Just chill in here, Diane. Here, look. Hey, Chunky Mama. Here, you want wanna have some of this? Here. Do you see yourself? You're fine. It's first thing. Stop! She's not a problem. How about some sunflower seeds? But of course, for sunflower seeds, I can be calm. I like them. Isn't she pretty? All right, so here's Diane with us. Thunder's here too, but I don't want to hold you because I don't want Diane to be upset. Go lie down. Go lie down. Go lie down. Go lie down. So anyway, I hope you're well. Hi Frida, nice to see you too. You might hear some Diane noises because I think they're funny. Yeah, it's weird in here, huh? Isn't she weird? She's my favorite chicken. I love how she sounds too, Frida. I think she's lovely. Okay, so Dina, good morning. Frida, good morning. Joy, hi, good morning. Hello, Alcy, good morning to you as well. And my crochet corner, that's Maddie, right? Good morning, Maddie. You're good. You could just chill now. Yeah. I know. You're up high. It's weird being up high. No, don't you do it. No. You're too heavy for a jump like that. She's already a distraction. Apologies, friends. Hi, Beth. Good morning. Nice to see you as well. I've missed you guys. If it wasn't already clear, I missed you. It was a long time. Hey, Evie. Happy to see you as well. You and finishing my shed are the last two puzzle pieces I need to get started on a normal schedule again since COVID put us out of whack. Yeah, I'm still out of whack, if I can be completely honest with you. I'm still like mildly out of whack. But I am making things, I am working again, so these are all good things. So I had like this whole docket of things to like talk about, but really I just want to chat with you guys. If you guys have anything you want to bring up or you want to mention, or if Diane's squawks, hey, get in the way of the conversation, if you're getting a little annoyed by them, you let me know and I will have her for dinner tonight. Yeah, you know that one. No, I will bring her back outside so she can hang out with Clover. So I'm going to give you guys some news because there's been quite a lot of developments in my life in the last month. Diane, chill. Just chill. I love your noises. You're a beautiful singer. Anyway, I'm so not on a normal schedule. Ola's still working in the kitchen. Oh, yeah, it's hard to keep anything organized when your workspaces get shifted around. Mine is a mess again, because that seems to be the only way I can live my life, is I clean it up, I make a mess. I clean it up, I make a mess. You can't jump from that height. I know you want to. Glad your co-host is speaking. Well, she's on the payroll. You're a producer now. Diane, look, you didn't even... Yeah, you like sunflower seeds. Don't play with me. Yeah, see? There's something to keep you busy. Nobody's watching you except for the internet. I love this chicken. This is my favorite chicken, if you guys didn't know. Currently, I have 16 chickens. So, I don't know how many we had when we left streaming a month ago. I now have 16 chickens. My neighbors are not going to keep the chicken that they wanted, so that means that we have their chickens. In total, we have 5 chickens without names. So that's kind of exciting for me because 5 more names to bring to the chicken lifestyle that I am currently completely in love with. Hey Candace, how's it going? Candace, I missed you. Hi Sadie, welcome back. It's nice to see you, and 10 of us are here today. That's nice. I'm glad we're all here. Don't forget to like the video while you're in, because I haven't been here in a while, and I don't know how the algorithm takes that. But I did put out an edited video on yarn dyeing, so I think that's a good thing. So, I also cut my hair. I did this myself with a pair of scissors. Ill-advised. It's my Corona cut. I'm making stuff to start an online store. I'm hoping to go with Etsy. That's awesome, Dina. Did it at least stay in the terrarium? Good. Thank you for pooping. Anyway, I missed all of us. Yeah, totally. I missed hanging out. Is that Diane? Indeed it is. 16 lol chicken lady. Full crazy chicken lady. I actually have 4 birds right now that are not even laying eggs. So we have 3 babies. So MJ's the baby. And we have 2 others that are about the same age as MJ. Oh no! Mark didn't start my coffee. I have to make one myself. How spoiled am I? Just as spoiled as me, I think. Alex?
Yeah?
Will you make me a tea?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, this chicken is adorable. Can we not? I believe you had 13 when we left. Yes, but 13, but only 11 of them were mine, Dina. So I have now confirmed that I'm keeping the other 2, so now it's all 13, plus 3 new ones. So now we have 2 babies in addition to MJ that are not laying eggs yet. One of them is the most beautiful thing in the whole world. She's a rainbow. She looks like a calico cat, but a chicken. She's beautiful. And we haven't named her yet. And then we have a black and blue and green and white, like this very bizarre looking combination of colors. Beautiful, not named. And then we have a white chicken, but she's a Colombian rock, which means she's white, but she has like a black collar, and the tips of her wings are black, which is cool. Good morning, Granny D. Nice to see you this morning. Yeah, you just have your breakfast. You don't need to worry about nothing. Yeah, Frida, post pics. I saw you say that you know what, I was on my phone and it was in the middle of the night when I saw it and I was looking at it and I was like, I want to just say, like, one of us, you're going to dye the whole thing purple. You're just edging your way there. You're doing it bit by bit, but you're going to be like, oh, this time I also added a highlight in the front. And then you're like, oh, I just finished it because I am having a purple hair now. Sujina, nice to see you as well. Welcome, and I don't even know what to say today because I have been anxiety about this stream for some reason. All day yesterday I was like feeling super panicky. I actually had like a low panic attack yesterday for literally no reason. And on Friday I was anxious as well. So I guess I've been anxious about coming back. I don't know why. Is it because I was... Hi. Hello. Is it because I was worried it wouldn't go well? Is it because I was worried I wouldn't have anything to talk about? I don't know. I was just feeling anxious about it. And and now I'm here, so I have nothing to talk about because my brain went blank. So, I mean, at least there's a chicken here. That does help, I think. Yeah. She's so sweet. So, yesterday I was with my mom and my sister and my dad at my parents' farm. We went there because they have the good air conditioning. And we sewed masks, my little sister and I, for like 6-7 hours. We just sewed face masks, and it was a lot of fun. Hi, Sid. Good morning. Nice to see you this morning. Hi. Diane also says hi. Hi, T. Nice to see you. I'm here with a chicken. Do you really need to? Come here. Come on up. Up. Jump. There you go. Diane's like, why are you putting that near me? Huh? What? Your hair looks really cute, by the way. Oh, thank you. Thanks. I appreciate that. There's plenty of us to get conversations going. Thank you, Dina. I appreciate that. Janice, good morning. Nice to see you. Granny D, for sure, you're the only host I've ever seen with a chicken for a co-host. Well, I mean, this chicken was just because she's my nicest chicken, my most chill chicken. She was the most likely to not cause a scene when I was like looking at my chickens yesterday. I was like, I want to bring a chicken on. I want to bring Diane on because she'll just stand here and make noise. Whereas some of the others, would not behave so politely like Diane is, only making a little bit of friendly chicken noises. This is my favorite chicken, in case you guys didn't know. Oh, Sandy's here. Hi, Sandy. But yes, this is Sid. I slept in after a rough night. We had a huge thunderstorm. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. Well, now you can see what Diane's tail looks like. Oh no, someone organized my spice rack. They helped. That's nice of them. I want cinnamon in my tea, actually. Okay, so let's talk about the things that have happened in the last month, shall we? My plant collection has expanded quite a bit, if I'm honest. And yeah, she's very well behaved, isn't she? I know. I can't wait till Lori gets here because she had chickens and she'll be like aware of how nice Diane is because she's like sitting here instead of like freaking out. Jillian, not allowed to have cinnamon or not allowed to have someone reorganize your spice rack. Because for me, it's a spice rack issue. Okay, so this weekend sewed masks. 2 weekends ago, we went up to Ottawa with my sister. Well, for my sister, she bought a house. We were helping her paint. What else has happened? Anything born? I had another butterfly metamorphosize. Like I collected a caterpillar, put him in my terrarium. He made a chrysalis and came out, so that's good. Is she about to lay an egg? No, Diane doesn't lay her egg until quite late in the morning. Another reason why she's a good choice, because like Poppy, for example, Poppy lays her egg between like 7 and 8:30, and since they all are using the same nest box, there's 6 nest boxes in our shed coop, 6 nest boxes in our coop, and all 16, well, there's only 13 egg layers. All 13 lay in the same 2 nests. So when Poppy is in there in the morning, there's like a lineup. Like there will be one other hen in the coop, like pacing around making irritated noises, and then there will be a couple others just sort of hovering around the door like, okay, like everybody needs to use the bathroom. But if there is somebody in the nest, they won't lay. Diane waits. She's a polite lady. She waits until a little later, and she lays a perfect egg almost every day. Yesterday she didn't lay an egg, so today for sure she will. But yeah, I'm glad that you got a lot done this month, especially with family. I really did do a lot of family stuff this month, spent a lot of time with my family, and I did a lot of sleeping, like a lot of sleeping, like maybe I let myself go into the cloudy place for a little bit and felt sorry for myself, but, oh, hi. But, I'm out, I think. Well, ladies do go in groups of 10, in groups to the bathroom. Yes, that's true. It's true. But now that we have 16 ladies, we're getting between 10 and 12 eggs every day. So now it's going to be like a regular thing for people to buy our eggs, because that's an insane amount of eggs. It's just not that. Dina, from each chicken it's different. The white leghorns, so they're the like factory farmed 4 that we have, they lay literally every single day, like 7 days a week, maybe 1 day a week. Only 3 out of the 4 of them will lay. Like they're very production hens. The Diane, she probably lays 6 eggs a week. Yeah, you do. Same with Poppy, 6 eggs a week. Usually they take like a day off a week, and that's totally, hey, don't you even think about it. No, you can't fly. You're way too heavy to fly. No. She thinks she can fly sometimes, but she definitely cannot fly because she's so big. Like, look at her. Diane, come here. This is Zach. You want it? Come here. Hey. Come here, dinosaur. I'm trying to show people how big you are. I need to compare your size to the dog while we chit-chat. So, I haven't done a ton of crocheting when I was away. Did a little bit of crochet. Did a little bit of natural dye. Got, what else did I get? Some other thing. Oh, I got reached out to for a sponsorship opportunity for a video by a crochet hook company. I know, it's so scary. Look. Look at the size difference. She's bigger than him by a bunch. Like, she's bigger than Thunder, for sure. My beautiful lady. Sorry, Thunder. Come here. Come here. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay. God. Hi. At the height of summer with the most light, I would have some lay twice in a day. Whoa, that's crazy. It's okay. We're just hanging out. It's just like when I'm outside, except now we're inside. So, my niece turned 18 on Saturday, and we couldn't go to the party because it was a party. And her dad had been on a plane to Stockholm. Welp. Nope. Does she see herself in the mirror? Is that why she's so vocal? No, she doesn't see herself in the mirror. I've done that test with all of them. She just sort of screams a little. She's a singer, is what I always say, because this is different than the sounds the others make. They don't do this long, drawn-out scream that she does. When we got her, I thought that's what all chickens sounded like. She was the first one we got. And then as we collected more chickens, I was like, oh no, Diane's just a total weirdo. Are you just a total weird bird? Yeah, she's just weird. So, yeah, a crochet hook company reached out to me and asked if they could send me a bunch of their products and if I like them to use them in a video. And I am now negotiating if I like them doing a sponsored video, like for money. So that's cool. And in the month since we've seen each other, I have remained out of debt, which is awesome. Hi. Hi. Hi, Mama. Yeah. I'm back. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, where you go? You're not going anywhere. You're a bird and you live outside. Where do you think you're gonna go? That's great about the hooks. Yeah, totally. And I figure like I have so many hooks that I can just do a giveaway for them after. Like I'll test them on the video, but I have like very little need for hooks. So, hello. Also, a natural dye producer decided. Yeah, I know, Helmet. I'm fully a crazy chicken lady. I can't stay, but I wanted to let everyone know that you're awesome. Got a jet. Also, your chicken sounds delicious. Thank you, Helmet. Thank you. Yes, no debt. I know, crazy, right? What does that even mean? The whole reason I started like doing active YouTubing was to try and earn money. And now I'm just like, oh, I can have fun again because I don't have to just make videos hoping they'll make money. Staying out of debt is always good. It is, Dina, and it's hard. It's the first time that I'm out of debt. That's the end of the sentence, actually. Also, during this break, a couple of the chickens got mites, and I was... What? A couple of the chickens got mites, and that's not a big deal or anything, it's just super gross. So I ended up treating all of the chickens with diatomaceous earth. I started adding garlic to their water. Apparently they don't like garlic, the bugs. You're not going anywhere. I don't know why you think I'm gonna let you leave. You're a chicken, and we're inside. You were never gonna be on that carpet. It's just not gonna happen. Anyway, so a bunch of them got mites, and I left Clover and Diane for last because they're my fluffiest girls. They're just very big. Like underneath, there's like, this is like fluffy like a dog. Like look how much fluff there is. So I didn't want to deal with her at the beginning. I figured I'll finish with her. Guess what? Clover and Diane, no mites. Not one mite on them. I treated them anyway because it's just like dust that suffocates mites, and it's non-toxic if they eat it and stuff. But Diane is such a clean baby. She's so clean, she's so neat, she's so meticulous when she does her feathers that she had no mites. She's perfect. You're perfect, Diane. Yeah. You're perfect. So she didn't have to. But I still gave her the treatment anyway. And now they seem to be mite-free. I think 2 of the white ones still have mites. But I called our farm vet and was like, is this something to worry about? And then he said, if they arrive to your farm with mites, just make sure that you give them a little extra TLC because mites just kind of weaken them because they're eating their blood. So just make sure you can like bolster them and give them somewhere to clean themselves. And chickens can keep their mites under control. None of the chickens seem to be like anemic or weak, so that's good. But yeah, the vet said that it's not something that like necessarily a chicken brought in. It could have been brought in by sparrows that like to eat birdseed that chickens have in their run. So, oh, Nikki, hi! Nice to see you, Nikki. Welcome. I miss you too. Oh, I miss this community so much. Oh, it's so nice to have everybody back. I have a chicken here today, in case it was unclear. This is my beautiful 1.5-year-old Australorp hen, Diane. What do you guys think for names? Are all your pickles gone, Nikki? Ooh, Nikki's Pickles. That sounds like a fun brand. So what else has happened though? Got new chickens. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask about names. So we have 2 completely white ones that aren't named. We have one white one that has a black collar and the tips of her wings are black. She's called a Colombian rock hen. And then we have 2, I think they're just barnyard mixes, but they are stunning barnyard mixes. I'll get photos of all of them, but we need to name all 5. I feel like one of them should be Marigold because I've been like hung up on that name for quite some time now. I can't handle this chicken. Yeah, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You are. You're a beautiful lady. Yeah. Anywho, other things that I've been up to. I know this is a scattered. Literally nothing's changed. I was like planning on being like this show host who had all this stuff to tell you about, but then as soon as you guys get here, I'm like, what's going on? Hi, I have nothing to say. But I am glad that you're back. I'm glad that I'm back. And I think what we're gonna do moving forward is Mondays. Is that Mondays or what was the other one option? Tuesdays, I think. It was like Tuesdays. Oh, bye. Have a good day, Jillian. Or Evie, sorry. What I was thinking, I definitely miss being here. I was lost this last month without Laura and the gang. Me too, Dina. It took a while for me to get into some kind of flow. How about Snapdragon? Dragon for short. Oh, that would have been a good name for Diane, because she sounds like a little dragon. Hi. I don't mind that, actually. Dragon. Hi. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Hold on. Oi, oi, oi. Don't flap. I'm putting you where you want to go. And yet she flapped. I'm going to close this so that you don't try to escape. No. Stick your head back in. So you don't try to escape. You've got lots of room to hang out. Okay, now we can chat. Diane will sit there. Eventually she'll sit down and just sort of chillax and eat some food because that's what chickens do. They don't get stressed for very long. If you pick up a chicken, they don't like being picked up. They flap around. They're scared. You put them on the ground. They won't even run away. They like immediately are like, I am no longer trapped. I am no longer scared. So Diane, now that I've put her down, she'll just chill. Although she's not really scared mostly because she was a pet. Like she was a pet that laid eggs. She wasn't like an animal for I don't know, for egg laying. She was a pet. And Clover has gotten a little more skittish. Did you make your dress? Yes, I did, Sid. Thank you for noticing. And guess what else I made? A mask to match it. Yesterday, my little sister and I, we probably made more than 50. We made more than 50 masks. I don't know how many we made because we were dividing them for the family. Like my older sister, we're sending a bunch to Ottawa for her because she works still out in the world every day. And since she's in government, we were picking like Canada ones. Snowdrop, Marigold, Iris, and Rosie. Iris I can't use, Candace. That's the name I want to name one of my daughters if I have a baby. But I do like Snapdragon because it's cute, because then we can call her Dragon, which is fun. But who will be the dragon? I'll get pictures of them for you. But I also want Marigold. So yeah, Marigold and Snapdragon I'm down for. Dragon for short. I think that's cute. Iris, I like it, but for my human child. Rosie is a good one. We haven't used Rose yet. I like Rosie. Dina, I'm doing that fidget jewelry. That's awesome. I saw that, Frida. That ring is such a good idea. Oh, just to keep you moving. Okay, so 5 chickens, yet to be named. Everybody's laying beautiful eggs. Who should be? The babies aren't laying. Bluebell had given us a scare this month. we had her on quarantine again because I had brought her back out to hang with the rest of the hens, and she was looking, she wasn't looking great, and her feathers were looking kind of crappy. So I took her back inside and did the whole pee pads in the bathroom floor, fresh water and food, all the things she needed were there, and I was checking in on her multiple times a day and giving her like alone time that was warm but not hot, you know what I mean? So yeah, then I came into the bathroom and like half of her feathers were gone, and I had like a bit of a meltdown. I'm like, oh, she's dying. And then I like picked her up and a bunch of the feathers, like just by like touching her, feathers came out, and I was like, this can't be right. But it went on for like 2 full days of her just like pulling out her feathers. But then after she had pulled out all of the feathers that were the adult feathers, she wasn't bald, she had all new little feathers. So she was molting, but instead of like making it take some time to pull out a couple of her feathers at a day, she fully just like ripped them all out all at once, or they all fell out all at once. And she had a whole new set of feathers, just they weren't done yet, like they weren't all the way out. She looks like way smaller right now because all of her feathers are shorter. So she looks small, and she looks so sad because her tail, her beautiful like brown red tail, she's a Rhode Island Red, and she's a beautiful bird, but all of her tail feathers fell out, all of her wing feathers fell out, like the ones that you would say look like feathers, like the long feathery ones. Poor girl. Beth, oh hi Beth, Beth's here, working on a knitted cardigan for myself. Well done, you should. Yikes, yeah, that would be so scary. Was she just molting really bad? Yeah, well, when we got her, I think that the reason they sold her so cheap was because she had already stopped laying, because they don't lay when they're molting, or they don't lay as much if they lay at all, and that's the case for Bluebell. When we got her, she laid 3 eggs in the first week, and she hasn't laid an egg since. There's been 0 eggs since then, which is fine. I'm not like, that's not the only reason I want the chickens. It's just she should be laying, so what's wrong is how my brain works. And it's because she was molting. She had a very, very a heavy molt, for sure. Nikki, I'm looking for my soul, making my crosses again. I'll show some in my next vid. Oh, cool. That's cool. Can't wait to see. That ring was just a draft, so to see how the silver moved and sounded. How does it sound? That's important, you're right. And Sid, you're gonna catch up. Yeah, totally. You'll get caught eventually. And if you don't, then you'll always have a project that you can turn back to in the future. Oh yikes, that would be scary. Yeah, definitely. It was a little freaky. And Candace, yeah, she was just in her molt time. So none of the others are molting currently, but Sunflower, Bluebell and Sunflower came together. Sunflower was already bald. Remember, her whole back was like naked, and when I picked her up, I already knew she was naked. I assumed it was just from the rooster, but what the people said was like, oh no, it'll grow back, she's molting. And I was like, I don't think they molt every single feather off of their whole back. So they knew one of them was molting, and they were selling both of them. So I think that they knew she was coming in to molt, and it's kind of like cost inefficient to keep chickens that aren't laying eggs if you're wanting them for eggs. Sometimes my chickens stop laying eggs a week or so after a heat wave. They're all individuals. Totally T. Yeah, for the heat wave, they definitely slowed down their laying. The rainbow egg layers, so Buttercup, Olive, and Violet, they all they take breaks whenever it gets too hot. Clover has been on and off with her laying since she went broody. She's now gone broody 2 times, and we broke the broodiness out both times, but she isn't a guaranteed egg layer anymore right now. She used to be like 6 eggs a week, no matter what, and now it's kind of like when I see the color of her egg is in there, I'm like, oh, Clover laid an egg, it's happy. So I'm happy that they lay eggs because I think it's fun to go collect eggs. I'm not a insane egg eater. That's not like it's not my food. Oh, my favorite food. I'll eat eggs, but I don't care that much for them. So I'm happy to be selling them, And yeah, people on Facebook, that I tried my like local classified website, Kijiji, and I got responses there, but when I went on Facebook, I got like restaurant responses, like, hey, can we get 10 dozen a week? And like that kind of stuff. Dina, everyone's so productive with awesome projects. I mean, I did an awesome project where I dyed yarn. I'm not currently doing an awesome, well, I mean, I'm doing that clay video. I learned how to make clay. Granny D, Dina, I'll never catch up because I'm the one that starts way more projects than I'll ever get to. It's like, no, that's the perfect amount of projects. Too many is the perfect amount. Oh, bye, Nikki, have to leave, but very sleepy. Great to catch you. Blessings and good vibes. Sending protection vibes for Scrappy and those in Cali fires. Lots of love, friends. Oh, right. Scrappy's in California, and there are some crazy fires. She's not here yet this morning, though, is she? It's a little early for her. Thanks, honey. T, chickens are the best composters and tick eaters. Yeah, bug eaters in general. Oh, someone chopped down my forest, like 3 or 4 soccer fields. Oh my god. That's nuts. That sucks. I'm sorry, Frida. Not been productive for weeks. You're not alone. Well, good, because I feel like I learned how to make clay for pottery. I dyed yarn with marigolds. I felt sorry for myself. I planned my future. I got paid! I finally got paid by the museum! Like, 3 days ago, I got a check from the museum. It took an awful long time. Diane, just lie down. You're good. You're in literal 0 danger. You're fine. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
Would you mind taking Diane back outside?
Yeah, I'll do it in a sec.
Yeah, take your time. She's not in, like, distress or anything. She's just, like, disinterested, which is fine. I'm still angry for you, Frida. Yeah, that's, like, heartbreaking. Were they logging, or was it to clear for land? Like, what's that? Yay, Dina and Laura have whip friends. Yeah, I have too many things on the go, but I'm making masks, so there's that. My little sister had the idea of selling the masks because her and I spent the whole day sewing yesterday, and we sewed way more than we'll need. And we were saying, because we got really cute fabrics. You know what? Let me show you the fabrics because you're gonna die. Sorry, Diane, I didn't mean to move your... I know, I'm sorry. Just don't flap around right now. Do you know where my bag is? Ah, thank you. Ooh, I forgot about my gummies.
Diane, time to go. Hi.
Show them how big she is compared to you.
She's pretty huge.
Mm-hmm. And heavy, right?
Yep.
Like heavier than Thunder. Like look at her compared to Thunder. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Alright.
Look at these two.
She's like 2 thunders, maybe 3.
She's probably like, yeah, 2.5 Thunders. Thank you.
No. No.
I just don't want to make her stay if she doesn't want to. Ugh. Anywho, what I wanted to show you was the cute fabric. They say hi, Alex.
Hello.
He says hi. The cute fabrics that... No, don't think they are building. They can't sell houses for the price they would be here. Huh. In coming to terms with it, it takes 80 years for it to grow up again, so that won't happen when I'm here again. So I'll go out and make it all mine. Determined. They were logging. Are they allowed to just do that? That's irritating. Way to go for getting paid. I know, finally, right? Jeez. Okay, let me show you the curated fabrics that Julia, my little sister, and I collected for masks, because we just made a whole bunch. I'm not finished all of them, obviously, because I don't finish things. That would have been a great photo. We should get a family portrait done with all the chickens. We'd have to do it like either at dawn or at night so that they're tired. Okay, so here's the main one. Here's the one that for me, I needed. Ready for this? It's chickens playing with yarn. How perfect is that? It's literally chickens playing with yarn. So good. And somehow I cut it at a perfect spot that there's a chicken in the middle of the mask, even though technically it's like 2 chickens. I live in forestry land too, and they rarely clear more than 400 square meters to prevent erosion. That would be nice if they did that. I was thinking about the museum as you mentioned it. Dina, isn't it great? They paid me. So I'm happy about that. How perfect, isn't it? I know, I thought it was so funny. And then my little sister found this one, which is green eggs.
Hi.
Green eggs and ham.
Hi, Thunder.
And then red on the back. They're all reversible. And then we've got, I wasn't at tea, that's what I thought. When I saw it, I was like, I can't not buy it. It was, someone designed this with me in mind. And then we've got lizards and frogs, which is cute. And then this one, not finished, but got to make breakfast. Sounds good, Dina, have a good breakfast. The people who own the forest sell it to a logging company. It's a lot of money, I'm guessing 10 to 20,000 for what they cut. Ugh. Yeah, but again, 80 years, so. Yeah, I know, right, Dina? It's like, he just left. Who is gonna be coming into the house? This one's cool. Oranges. Or if you're feeling super cool, you could go with the black one. I just have to, the only thing that I have left to do is like finish them. But we sewed them all, so all I have to do is like attach the elastics, which is fine. They're all reversible, yeah. This one's my favorite because it's just covered with pretty birds. What's it look like from far away? Just sort of like patterns, I guess. But up close, it's pretty winter birds and stuff. So I like that one. Do you have a pattern for the masks? Yes, but it's like literally a cut out piece of cardboard. It's like not a pattern, it's like a cardboard. Oh, you're gonna be listening, sounds good. Love the oranges, aren't they cute? How about this one? What do you think of this? Ready? Lightning bugs. So cute. With little jars. Oh, and I did the back in yellow. And then another one that's just for Laura, because it's very Laura, is floral. My little sister said it looks like a couch in an old lady's home, and I said, you're gonna come to my home and this will be the couch. And this one is flowers on one side, dark gray on the other, which Alex can use. Does Alex get any masks? Yes, I have a couple here that are specifically for Alex. I guess I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the 5 that I have for Alex are Trains of Canada. So there's like the GO train, and it has the names of the different places. Like, cute. And then I have this one with the Japanese maple leaves on it. That's what those are. They're from the Japanese maple tree. So that Japanese maple tree leaf will be for Alex. So pretty. Love the floral. Oh yeah, totally. They're all beautiful, literally. And our forests go from seedling to timber in 40 years for pine, 60 for beech. That's not good management. Wow. Still so weird for me with the masks, but so cute. It's super weird, but it's also like, it's gonna happen here for a long time. And the other train one, trains. And then on the other side, bluish floral. So there's something for Alex. Another one for Alex, just the dinosaurs. Or they're not dinosaurs, lizards and frogs. And then another one of these ones because he requested them. And I think that they're ambiguous enough. You know, it could be palm leaves, it could be Japanese maple leaves. Unless you like look up close, you could be anything, you know? So I'm not worried. Another one of these couchy flowers ones. This is the other one that's my favorite. It's clovers! Like clover! This was not cut well though. I should have had a clover on either side. Sid, my brother is growing some Japanese maple. He's so cute when he goes out to take care of them. I tried to grow a Japanese maple. Unfortunately, I got the gendered seed that does not produce anything except for Japanese maple leaves. So it's fine. I have a decorative Japanese maple in my vegetable garden now. People are still good at keeping distance here. Well, yeah, but like as you mentioned, like that's how Sweden is. It looks kind of weird. A lot of people spread out all separated. People here are terrible with that though, Frida. Like the mask is the only option because people are so bad at staying like 5 inches away from people. The leaf one, my son would love those. Yeah, the Japanese maple, that's what we're calling it now. Because that's what a Japanese maple leaf looks like. Well, clearings are full of birds and butterflies, so there's at least one update. I mean, that's true. But forests hide so many magical creatures. There will be so much raspberries. Oh, that's true, because they're gonna get so much sun where they were trapped under bramble before. And then of course I made myself a second chicken one because I think this is hilarious. Like, how is that? That's very niche. Like, that's for a very specific group of people, which is crazy. I tried to grow an actual Japanese. Oh, I have a huge Japanese maple in my backyard. It was definitely planted many, many, many years ago. I missed seeing the blue one for Alex. This one. So it's kind of, is it feathers or leaves? It's just the inner lines of either feathers or leaves. So it doesn't really have a much like happening. It's just, oh, that's a piece of thread. It's just plain in case he doesn't want to wear the trains. These all smell so good. I washed my fabric, obviously, before sewing. I washed and dried and ironed it all. And it smells so nice. It smells like a fancy lady. It doesn't smell like clean laundry. It smells like a fancy lady. So anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't need 15 masks. That's too many. Julia, my little sister, and I were talking about selling them because we can make a lot. Like, we sewed for like 6 hours and we had, okay, like I'm gonna say we probably finished 60 masks because we were chatting and we were eating and we were having like a good time hanging out all day too. We went outside, inside, like we were doing a lot. But we made a lot of masks and we did it like as an assembly line. Like I cut 100 million pieces of fabric and then she sewed one line and handed it over to me and I would sew the next line and we were like really, really productive. It was awesome. Oh, bye Granny D. Have to go, maybe back later. Have a fab day in case I don't. Okay, Granny D. Have a great rest of your day as well. There's still lots of forest around so the animals can just move a bit. True. And hopefully some like pasture will grow and then, I mean, if it's is it close to your house, Frida? If it's like your forest, maybe you can go next spring and like throw, I don't know, wild rye or wild flax, like food plants that are food plants for animals. That'd be nice. Then you could bring the deer in and all that. Woven fibers are like a screen door. Only blown fibers will trap. Woven fibers are like a screen door. Only blown fibers will trap. Oh no. Well, then I'll just add a filter pocket. But thanks for reshaping it. Oh, no problem. Oh. And The chickens are too freaking perfect, aren't they? It looks like pine needles. Kinda, yeah, right? Yay for today at 7:30 is my college class online for the semester. That's awesome, Austin. Nervous, but awesome. Congratulations. Starting again. I have a Japanese maple. They're grafted for cold climates and cost a fair bit. So if you want to try a mini business, about 20 euros here. They're grafted for cold climates. Here they're not expensive. From what I understand, I don't think they're very expensive. But the one that we have in our backyard has definitely been here for many years. Like the trunk of the tree is about that big. And I know my mom had a Japanese maple in the home that I grew up in, and the thing was like that big. You know? I give all mine away for free. If I had the spoons, I'd make them for shelters and homeless in the area. That's yeah, see, I thought, okay, giving them away sounds great. That's good heart, good spirit. But at the same time, I'm spending a bunch, like these are all, like we curated the fabrics, you know what I mean? Yeah, no anti-mask propaganda in the chat, please. True. 2 layers will keep my droplets out of your mouth, so I will keep you from getting sick by wearing a mask. I know that it's not going to keep anything out, it's just keeping my moist breath in. Not ready, I have class all day. Ugh. At least it's at home, right? At least it's online. Kentucky, yeah, keeping the distance is key. What's up in Kentucky? A friend of mine at Kingdom Hall was selling masks for 10, not how many she sold. That's what Alex was saying was 10. We were thinking 10 was a good place because who's buying colorful fancy masks? Someone who can afford $10. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, if I'm making them for a church, I'm not going to charge $10 at a church sale because somebody who's coming for a church sale is expecting to like go away with like 2 $1 things, you know? But if I'm putting them up online and selling them for 10, I think that's reasonable. The other suggestion that Alex had, and I thought this was a really good idea, was to incentivize people. You know how there's super chats? Well, when we have days where a lot of people come, you know how some days we just have like a lot of people in the chat? Well, when we do that, saying something like, if you do a $10 super chat, I'll send you a mask for free, which isn't true because you've paid $10 for the mask, but the way you word it is, if you send a $10 super chat, I'll send you a mask wherever you are. But the great thing about these masks is that they're very light because it's just cotton. So I can flatten it and put it in like a letters envelope. So it'll only cost as much as a stamp rather than me having to put it in like a, you know, like a, okay, well, first of all, it's not N95, it's N95, but okay. And second of all, any mask is better than no mask. Thanks. USA has high numbers because we're dumb and opened up too fast. People don't follow mask wearing distance and distancing protocol. And like, just because the restaurant is open doesn't mean that you and your family should go in and sit down for a meal. Get takeout, go home. Eat outside. Why are there people inside restaurants? You can't be 6 feet apart inside of a restaurant. And if you think you are, you're not. It's all the same air. My 3-year-old is allowed back in kindergarten. I'll be a working mom again, but there's no work yet at my job. Maybe I'll try selling more handwork. Honestly, T, your 3-year-old will be back in kindergarten. Oh wait, T, you're in Germany, aren't you? If you're in Germany, then I don't know what your system is. Here, no one is expecting school to really open. Oh, Sid, are you not? Hold on, Sid. There we go. Sid, now you have the whack-a-mole powers. Okay, well, yeah, let's just get out of there. So, yeah, wielding a wrench, yes. We don't need, honestly, we don't need that. We don't need any misinformation. We don't need anybody thinking that a mask is not a good idea to wear. There are way too many people in the States who think it's not even real, so we don't need any propagandas. We just need people to wear masks, stay apart, and wash your damn hands. And don't put your fingers in your mouth. It's like not that hard. It doesn't seem like the worst It's very bizarre because we're not used to it, but it's not awful. It's just weird. Germany is seeing rising numbers too. Just please all be careful and safe. Well, yeah. No, I just mean like what we're doing here. Sid is they're expecting everybody to go back to school, and everybody from grade 1, I think, up has to wear a mask, but they also aren't letting the teachers leave. So like my sister would normally at lunch go to the staff room or the library or out to grab something for lunch. She can't leave the premises anymore as a teacher, and she has to stay with her class during their recess and their lunch, which are both inside their classroom. So she's a teacher who's going to be working all day with a bunch of kids who are not going to be complying, trying to make them comply, and I don't think it'll last more than a week because that can't happen. So, yeah, it's not going to stay open. I don't think school will stay open here for very long at all. Because of that, it just doesn't seem realistic. Can we just like Kentucky Fried Tofu, can you either drop it or leave? Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you for the timeout there, Sid. Okay, cotton masks are a great thing. If you have 2 layers of cotton between your face and someone else's face, well, hopefully 4 layers of cotton, because you'll have 2 and they'll have 2. You're not going to be spitting in each other's mouths, okay? It does help. It helps. For people who are like, it doesn't take away the dust particle. It's fine. It keeps your moist droplets in and around your own face, okay? Yep, I'm in Germany. Schools are 3 days a week, and we have very low infection rates, and Americans were very sick with underlying conditions before the virus hit. That's true. That's true. There's a lot of diabetes mellitus in certain areas where they fry. Anyway, I was going to make a joke. Anyway, I put them in timeout. So they're going to be locked in the room for the whole day in school. Essentially, yeah. Like, pretty much. Oh, bye, Austin. Have a great day. Good luck on your first day of school. Wishing you easy work vibes. Or it's probably just going to be the syllabus and the teacher saying hi today, but still. Hopefully you look at the syllabus and you're like, this is a bird course. Ready to go. So they're going to be locked in the room. Basically, mad brilliant. They are going to be wearing masks, except for when they are eating lunch, which means they're going to be eating lunch and talking to each other in their classroom. And the teachers have to wear a face shield and a medical mask. My little sister has sewn so many of these masks because she's a teacher and she like sewed a whole bunch of cute ones like with the periodic table and stuff. And now they're trying to be like, we think we're going to be using the like surgical blue masks, which fine, but a lot of teachers have already purchased and prepared their own PPE, so now they're trying to standardize it. And a bird course, like you fly through it. Easy. When you're in university and you get a course that's like, there's just certain courses, like Introduction to Religion, Magic, and the Occult. It's just an easy course because it's so much fun to go through. Bird course. But yeah, so the teachers are now trapped with the students all day, no break from the students, no space for the students from each other because they have to stay in the classroom, and they have to wear masks all day except for when they're eating in that same classroom, which means that it's completely negating the purpose of the mask all the other part of the day. So they're going off about cotton won't keep the virus from getting to you, but that's not why we're wearing them. No, it won't. And also, there aren't enough N95, N99, N90, and N100s. There aren't enough of them for every single person to wear one efficiently, okay? So wear your fabric masks, wash them every day when you're done. You should have 5 masks if you leave your home. You should have, or if you work out of home, 5 masks. Wear 1 mask a day, put it in the laundry bin. Then wear another mask so that you know you're not, moving. Fly through it, okay? Yeah. I made a bunch of masks from my scraps that match my different outfits. I feel so fancy. That's something that I did too. Julia has them because she's gonna put the elastics in for me. I did that as well. I did one of these. I did one of my other dresses. I had 2 other dresses here, the pink one and the autumn one. Both of those. Hey V, good morning. Nice to see you this morning. But yeah, is the hide on this channel the boot button? Oh, mine actually says hide this user on this channel, so I don't know. I don't have a button like that. I just have like 3 dots and it says hide this user. Hi Lori, hello, nice to see you. Welcome. It's nice to see you. I'm glad you're here. Aw, the gang's back together. But yeah, so I made a bunch of masks. My plan is to find a way to sell them that I don't want them to be like crazy expensive, but I do want at least to not be paying for shipping. You know what I mean? Like if I do $10, I should be able to ship it anywhere without having the shipping cost more than the $10. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. Is I'll probably have something more concise to say about it by the next time we see each other. Would you guys want a sewing tutorial on this mask? It's really easy. It's 4 pieces of fabric sewn together. There's an elastic added in on both sides. I could do a tutorial on it. It's not like a pattern, you know. It's not like I'm not giving you something that somebody sold. You know what I mean? It's just like a mask pattern. So, and it's even been modified because my little sister changed it a little bit anyway. Don't feel bad making a profit, Laura. Thank you, Frida. Well, see, Sid, if I was selling it to someone IRL, $5 would be great. But if I was selling it online for $5, it wouldn't even cover the shipping. Like for me to ship anything to the States, it costs $10. If I can fit it in an envelope, I might be able to get it for a little bit less. So yeah. I think the masks are a symbol of mutual respect and maybe camaraderie between us, like we're not alone with the uncertainty. Also, it's also like, oh, that person believes that this is not that person believes this is not a farce. For me, I also have this other side of me where when I see someone wearing like a blue surgical mask and then they'll like pull it down over their chin while they're in the store, like I've started to be judgmental about the masks, because some people have like really cool, you can see they're like totally down to wear the mask, and then there's people who hate that they have to, so they just are awful about it and they just have it hanging from one ear, and then right before they walk in the store they put it on, and then once they're in the store they pull it down under their chin, and you're like, you're just an asshole, that you're doing performance art. This is nothing for you. Whereas for me, I'm looking at it like, okay, if we have to suffer through wearing masks for 3 years, let's make it fashion. I thought that'd be more fun, you know? A tutorial would be nice. I'm stupid with stuff sometimes. Dina, if you would like a tutorial for it, I definitely can do that. It's a very happy to see you chipper this morning. I missed you, V. I missed all of you guys. I think my energy is high because I feel like I'm happy the gang is all here. And I'm glad that it makes you happy to see me happy. Yeah. So, I hatched another butterfly. Did I tell you that already? I found another butterfly cocoon, put it in there, and it hatched into another one of those black butterflies. So I have now successfully monitored the metamorphosis of 3 butterflies. So that's good. But yeah, Sid, yuck. V, Laura is chipper. I love chipper. I love chipper. I wish I had a wood chipper, honestly, because I have a lot of wood that I would love to chip into wood chips for the chickens. Unrelated, but anyway, yeah, fashion masks, because like they're cool. Like, okay, like obviously, like if you're wearing a surgical mask, that's lame. It looks like you're in a quarantine. It looks like you're in a pandemic. Ew, nobody wants to look like you're in a pandemic. Instead, try, ooh, a black mask. How cool does that look? And you know what else is great about this pattern of mask? It makes your face shape look sexier. Let me show you. So I have like bags under my eyes. I have this icky part of my face that I just don't, like, it's like I'm gonna have frown lines just because of the way I am. But this, the way it cuts, it holds tight right underneath your neck, like right there. So it's not like sitting way down. It sits just under. So it cuts your face off right along like your right along your jawline. So it reminds people that's where your jawline is, but also the angle it creates is like a contour. Look. See? Like, oh, I'm just a really cool person in a quarantine. No problem. And then if you're being like, well, I was going to say if you're being a doctor, but you'd probably have a different mask for that. But look. It's green eggs and ham. How fun is that? If you're like a teacher, amazing. And like this chicken one, this is going to be my go-to. I honestly might just have one of these to also use while I'm in the chicken coop. It's very dusty in there when I'm cleaning. Which I do every day, because you got to get the poop covered up with wood chips. Some people pull the poop out every day, but I just, I like turn all of the bedding and cover all of the poop so that I'm gonna use the poop. Oh, I've started to match my masks to my head wraps. Ooh, cute. That's a good idea. Do you think lipstick brands are going out of business? I think somebody who makes detergent should make a lipstick removing detergent, like specific to lipstick, because these masks all end up with lipstick on them. You know what though? Possibly tea, but what I wonder, there's two sides to it. I wonder, is people's skin going to get worse because it's covered all the time with the fabric? Or, hubby got home and had to run down and had the rundown of his day. Well, I'm glad hubby came home and you got to hear about his day. I'm glad you're here though. Anyway, is your skin going to get worse because you're wearing a mask all the time? Or is it going to get better because you're not putting any makeup on that portion of your face? Because why would I bother putting, like, honestly, it's almost pointless for me to wear makeup at all when I'm outside, like even in the world, because right now it's bright. I have sunglasses on, a baseball hat, and a mask. The chicken mask is too cute not to wear out. Anyone who knows you will giggle for ages. I think so too, T. When I saw it, I was like, I picked it up and I was like, do I need this? And I almost put it down, and my little sister, like, she didn't even engage with the idea of me not. T, I believe sales for lipstick are slow, but people still want to look pretty at home. I mean, yeah, sometimes. I look pretty at home sometimes, like when I feel like it. I actually need a haircut. Like, I know my hair is very short, but it's because I cut it. And when I go to the haircutting place, I'm gonna lie and say that my boyfriend did it because I did a really bad job. Like, my hair is actually shorter on top than it is on the sides or the bottom. I technically have a mullet right now. I know that it's like, you can't actually tell that it's a mullet, but it is, because the back and sides are longer than the top, because I just cut with scissors, didn't think. My daughter gets mass acne, she calls it mass acne, from wearing a mask all day at work. That sucks. Okay, well, fabric breathes better than makeup, but maskne. Ha! Maskne, took me a minute, is a thing too. Lori, awesome. I think so. So when I get my hair cut, the thing that I'm thinking, can I tell you? And you guys can tell me if I'm nuts, and I won't take offense to it. Like, maybe I won't take offense, but I will be like, sorry, you're wrong. Because some of these, I think they're really cute. Okay, so there's like that mullet, and then there's this mullet, And then there's this mullet. I was thinking of this one first because I'm closest to that. Like my hair is the closest, like all I would have to do is like get some fun going on. And then there's this mullet, which I also really like a textured little one. And these are all now kind of the same sort of style, like this short hair but with long wispy ends around it. So like, what do you think? The second one. This one? So far, I think my favorite... Oh, that's the same girl. LOL. I think currently this is the edgiest looking one. I don't know. Oh gosh, you are crazy. You can totally pull off 2, 3, and 4. Well, thank you, Sid. I agree that it's crazy because who has not made fun of a mullet in their life? No one, because mullets are hilarious, especially the ones from the 80s. But I'm like 28 years old. I'm not married yet. I don't have any kids. It's kind of like one of those times in my life where I can do crazy things, you know? And like I did the crazy pink. No, it's not crazy. I'll go back to pink, let's be honest. But like, I haven't done any weird haircuts in a while. I mean, I chopped all my hair off, but I want to do something a little different. I don't know. I want to try something new. Okay, cute. I don't wear makeup, but I start to see signs of aging. I'm 39, that I didn't like, so I started this actual skin routine with several steps and serum and stuff from The Ordinary. Ooh, The Ordinary! My sisters use that. Cool. Oh, see you in a minute, T. I never wear mine too long because I rarely go out more than errands twice a week. Fair. I mean more for people like my sister has to wear it at work because she's at work, and my little sister has to teach, so she's gonna be in it all day. The edgy one looks awesome. You think so? Mad brilliant. I liked how you did the numbers and capitals because at first I didn't read. I saw someone asking a question, Ruji. I tried following your crop sweater tutorial but got lost at the top part. I don't think I did the decreases the same and it's uncomfortable around my neck. Okay, can you undo it? Or is it not undoable? If it's not undoable, I have a different fix. If you can undo it, I have a different fix. Because that's not, yeah, I know what you did. Hockey frilla mullet. Mullets are still in hockey here too. So weird. Sid, yeah, who thought the mullet was gonna make a comeback? Damn it, Stranger Things, look what you did. I mean, I never thought it would make a comeback in a cute way. I thought it was ugly, but they made a cute little pixie version. You know what I think they did? They remarketed it. So the 80s mullet was marketed as a rock thing, like rock stars had mullets, and now in the 2020s, it's being marketed as a, what's it called? Crazy Pixie Dream Girl thing. Like all the girls that they post with this mullet, it's like the same personality, it looks like. All these home haircuts, attempting layers. It was doomed to make a comeback. Yeah, right? People just started cutting and they were like, oh, we have to fix it, but you cut it way too short up here. We'll just blend it. I'm sorry, you now have a mullet. But I definitely go for the edgiest. Well, when I go to my hairdresser, if she's like, this is a terrible idea, I may not do it. But there's not really much else otherwise. That, like, other than just cutting it all off, like what else can you do? I've mostly got no hair now. And my little sister keeps saying I have frosted tips because where the pink was is now washed out, so it's white. But I was cutting like right up to the line, so now I have frosted tips. Like a Backstreet Boy. Okay, so I have a story. I went into my backyard and I dug up a bunch of dirt, and then I soaked all of that dirt in water for like 2 days, stirring it each day. and then I poured off the clear water, and then I poured off the mid layer of like murky water, and I poured that into a like 3 or 4 layer strainer, and then let that sit for like 3 or 4 days. Then that was dried out, a big dried out clump of clay, because the mushy in between, it suspends in water, so the sand and rocks and stuff fall to the bottom, and then you just take the, it looks hella nice though. I think it looks hella nice. Thank you. Hella nice. I think it's okay. What's funny is that I actually did a terrible haircut to myself, where I tried to make myself have those cute little pixie bangs, and then I just look like a boy whose mom cut his hair. Buzz it long and shave out Celtic woven spirals, then fill those in with colorful eyeliner pencil. I like that. I like the idea of getting some designs in it. But anyway, so after the ball of clay dried in the filters, I pulled it out, spread it out, let it completely dry out, and then I crushed it into powder, removing any hairs or sticks or like things that are not clay, any rocks that somehow made it through, removed them. It was all a dust, and then I incorporated water in it again. It had to sit for several days to increase its plasticity. It's like a whole thing. If you didn't know, homemade pottery. It's like a whole thing. And I'm going to show you one of the things I made. So the point at which it's like usable clay, it's like mud, but it's like really nice mud. It's like really nice, pretty, like smooth mud. And it holds together, which is great. And then I formed it into some shapes. So this one is going to be called a pookie, which is not a sexual term. Oh, good morning, Amanda. I missed you too. How did I get it shiny and smooth? Let me get to that. I'm about to tell you. Love the Bujo spread you did for all the steps. Thanks, Sid. It makes me feel good. But this one is going to be called a pookie, which is, this will be the base of future bowls. Like I'll be able to put the clay in here and use it as the shape so that I can just pull the bowl out. That'll be like the bottom of my bowl shape. Don't worry, that'll just turn white as it dries. And then once it's at this point, you put it in the fire, and where is my handmade pot? Just a sec. Okay, and then the next step, after I've done this, but before I put it in a fire, I have this, and then I take it and with the back of a spoon, when it's what's called leather hard, so it's like, you could rip it, but it's also got some body to it. I would rub it with the back of a spoon, and it takes it from like this grittiness to like that. See how it's like got a smooth sort of shine to it? Then from here, this went into the fireplace, or the fire pit outside, let it cook in there all night, and this is what comes out of it. So it turned orange. Like it fully changed colors. Like it's the same clay. This will turn into this. Is that not bizarre? They're the same thing. This one's just gone through a fire overnight, and that hasn't. So yeah, this is my wonky bowl that I made wonky on purpose. I already had figured out how to make pretty perfect bowls, but I like this. So yeah, I fired it in my fireplace outside, and like I'm trying to make like sounds to show you that it sounds like a bowl. It sounds like something ceramic. It's not, it's earthenware, but It's same idea. So I made a couple of things. I did a few plant pots like this. And this one, the spoon wouldn't soften everything. And look at what it did. The cuts that were in it made birds. Look, bird, 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 bird. So then when I saw these birds flying, I was like, oh, I'll make mountains for them to fly on. So I made them mountains. And then on this side, this was here. And I was like, that looks kind of like a cloud. So I added 2 more clouds. Isn't that cool? But it's shiny and it's like cool, isn't it? Love the wonky. Me too. I love the wonky. I need a homemade bowl, Laura. Come on over. I've got one for you. Here you go. Trade me for some of that blueberry grape jelly. Trade me a bowl. I'll trade you a bowl for a jelly. I've graduated to self-sufficient plant mom. I definitely, it's not a problem. It's an art form. I wish I could just, I can. I'm going to just show you something awful. Just don't tell anyone, okay? Look at this. Do you see that room? Do you see the floor? Do you see how there's literal dirt? Plant pots? Just, ugh. Not my best moment, I tell ya. But my best moment is here. Look at all these plants. I am like plant mom extraordinaire right now. I am so happy with my plant collection. Like, I'm so happy with it. I'm like so proud of all of the little baby plants and all the growing they've been doing. Candace, money tree, doing very well. Deal, but it's jam, whatever. In my grape jam doesn't make sense in my head, the words grape jam, so it comes out as grape jelly. Also, if you make a clay item too thick, see how thick this one is? It shrinks by like 20% or something when it's in the firing of, it's like just my fireplace. I put wood in the fireplace. Once it burns down to coals, I put the bowls on top of the coals and then I put more firewood on top of it. And then it's like all over the place. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Then it's like cooks all night. Don't worry, I built up all around the fire. It's not happening. But if you do it too thick, you'll get cracks and it's easily broken because it wasn't thick enough to cure the middle. See, so this is still black like clay. It should be orange. Only the front got cured because it was too thick. Whereas this one, it's thin enough that it's cured on both sides. So, lol, ADHD life. ADHD life, what, did I stop one topic? Oh yeah, plants. I'm very good with my plants. Plants right now are doing very well. I have a bunch new plants. I have so many oxalis now. I've just cloned my clovers over and over and over again. I have many friends with I had an idea spaces. Yeah, that's my I had an idea space over there. Right there is my I had an idea, and now it looks like we are squatters living in an abandoned home. Alex is a gem, a true like ally to those who are artists with ADHD. If you're an artist and you have ADHD, find yourself an Alex, I tell you. Because when I'm in there kneading clay, like sitting there for hours, just like mushing mud into a bowl shape, he comes in and he says like, ooh, making art? And then I'll say like, I'm making a pot. And he's like, wow, that's great. Show me when you're done. Like he doesn't even see the mess. He sees, everyone sees the mess. It's a very big mess. But like there's physical soil and clay and rocks in a room on my floor. But it's worth it, you know? Because look how cool this is. It was just dirt. It would never hold like this. I had to process that stuff. It had to sit in the sun. I had to grind it between rocks on my driveway. Like I was doing like, this is a rock and this is the driveway. I was going like this. And in between it, the clay dust. And then I swept it up, sifted it through a sifter, then added water to it. Like this is nice clay. And then what I did, because I got into the rabbit hole, because that's, you know, are we all alive, the plants of us? Everyone's alive! Yeah, nothing's died. Right? Nothing's died? No, nobody's died in the last month. Nobody's died. Beautiful. That's not true. I did have a cutting that I made that didn't survive, but it wasn't named yet. So, shoot, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, after I figured out, I'm playing with this clay, by the way. Now that I figured out how to make the clay, every person with ADHD needs a soulmate who thinks it can just be cleaned up, no problem. I just love you. Yeah, that's Alex. It's just a thing. It's just a mess. It's just a thing. That's a very important one because I break things. I am notoriously spastic and I break things. Not on purpose. I just bump into stuff and it falls and breaks. But yeah, imagine if I had someone who had an expensive hobby that was very attached to their items. Like Alex is a photographer, like by soul. And I've broken many of his photography and film equipment. And he literally says the words, "It's just a thing, don't worry." Hello, Lucy Lou. Hi, Sheila. Nice to have you. Excited to listen today. Well, I'm glad you're here. Hooray for living plant babies. Indeed. Nice to see Amanda, you too. So yeah, after I figured out how to make the clay, I went on a deep dive into the internet and found out you can color your clay if you have pigment. Where do you get pigment, Laura? Well, you go into the forest and you collect rocks that have pretty colors, and then you take them home and then you crush those rocks to see if the color goes all the way through the rock. And then you crush the rock as much as you can between two rocks, literally like I mortar and pestle. See this mortar and pestle right here? I like ground up rocks that were in the color family that I was interested in finding, which is mostly red. And poor spatial awareness is common for spectrum disorders too. Oh. Welp, it's the ADD that makes me spastic. Frida, I break things too. All my kitchen stuff is from IKEA because I don't mind if it breaks. Yeah, because you can get more at IKEA. I know, as opposed to getting like some fancy stuff and it's still gonna break. Whatever you buy me is gonna break. Like jewelry, I'll break it. It's happening. Things will break. Plants too, Sid. Plants too. Oh, you mean like I have so many plants because I don't have spatial awareness? I think I have just the right number of plants. Look at how beautiful this looks. Look at all my dangling plants. Look at this. Dangling. Look at this. Basically dangling. Look at that. Jenna's still alive. Or Sarah. No, Jenna. Well, plant pigments work better for fibers. Oh, yeah, right. Well, no, these have to be fired. These have to be fired. Yes, I did see that. The purple dye out of shellfish. What's interesting is that it's toxic a lot of the time. Like shellfish to crush, especially filter fish. Like if it's a fish that feeds off of, if it's a filter fish. Because then the shell contains the toxins that they expelled. And like if you get the dust in you, you can like die. Like it's crazy. So it was probably a dangerous job. Okay, wait. I find pretty rocks like this. And I go, oh, look, there's a whole layer of this like red color. So I chip it away and then I grind it up in my mortar and pestle. This is a very good example because I'm currently doing it. See? It's got like a red hue to it. And then I just sit there while watching a video and I'll just grind. Like that, over and over and over again. And sometimes I'll add a couple of drops of water and grind it up more. And after it's all the way ground, to make the perfect clay that holds its shape forever and fires well, detritus is the word, I think, what they feed on. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that. Cool. Scary. Well, medieval jobs were dangerous. Yeah, I mean, like, your other options weren't great. I'd rather probably make purple and die early versus battle and die early. Or I would want to be a spinster so that I didn't have to have kids. Because back then, having kids, you were probably going to die at some point in that process. Not great. cool, relaxing grinding. Yeah, pretty much. Just relaxing grinding. That's because it just takes time. It's not hard. It's just, you just have to keep doing it because you have to make it super fine. But since it's a rock, by grinding it up, you're making sand. And clay needs to have a certain percentage of sand in it to have the proper plasticity to shape into a bowl and to have the proper structural stability to survive being fired without cracking, because the clay has such a high percentage of shrink that if you just do the clay on its own, it's going to smash because it can't support itself while it's shrinking. The silica in sand, in rocks, needs a higher temperature to melt, so it's going to just hold while the clay is curing, basically, because you can only get like 1200 degrees Celsius in a fire pit. You can't get it to the point where you can make like stoneware or like ceramic. You can't get that from a fire pit. You can get earthenware. Earthenware is like terracotta. But yeah, if you add sand, you get this like better quality product. So what I did was I ground up a bunch of the red, added it to some of the clay. These ones haven't been fired yet. This is the clay on its own. This is just clay. There's no sand in this one. So since this is the color of the clay when it's fired with no rocks added, I thought if I add red rock sand pigment to it, it must be amazing. Hold on. Relaxing grinding. So are those felt balls behind you? Nope, those are balls of wool, balls of yarn. They're not felt. Those are all individual balls of yarn. I needed something to put Diane in, so I emptied out the container she was in because it was full of yarn. Frida, I asked for ADHD meds and my psychiatrist said, oh, I'm so glad you're asking for help. So it's time to have a meeting. They're going to have a meeting and make it happen. I'm glad that they said that, because that's also, doesn't it make you kind of roll your eyes when they're like, I'm glad you're asking for help. You're like, couldn't you have mentioned that maybe you thought that it was a thing that maybe I needed? My doctor did the same thing. When I was like, I think I'm depressed, she was like, yeah. Thanks. Pretend to be surprised. Or when I was like, I think I have ADD, she was like, it's ADHD now, and you absolutely do. Thanks. So anyway, the pigment will be added to the clay. I'll fire the next thing, and then we'll see what the colors, color changes turn to. But I'm excited to see it. And I've been really enjoying getting my hands all muddy every day. I've had to wash my hands so much now since we got the chickens. I'm washing my hands like 30 times a day. I mean, I could just wash it twice a day if I was only going out to let them out in the morning and then to put them back in the evening. But I love them. I probably spend at least 2 hours a day hanging out with those chickens. Like in the morning, I spend time, have my tea, I bring them their food, and then I sit down on a log while they're eating. I put their food like right near me so I can just sit and chat with them while they eat. And I have my cup of tea, have to wash my hands after that. And then I usually just go and sit, right? Why aren't you just doctoring then? Hold on. Yeah, exactly, Sid. Yeah, why didn't you do the doctoring? Why didn't you just say it? Hey Sarah, good morning. Nice to see you this morning. So yeah, that's why I hate clay, feeling of it on my hands. I'm the opposite. I love the feeling of clay on my hands. And I don't mind, like for clay, I'll just like rinse my hands. Like I'm not gonna fully soapy water wash, but every single time I come in from seeing the chickens, I have to do like a full hot water 20-second soapy water wash, because as my older sister said, the likeliness of me being patient zero is like super high. Like all I need to do is make one mistake and I'm gonna bring the new strain into the human population. So instead I'm being really careful, and but I also, I mean, like when I say I'm being careful, I mean like I absolutely pick them all up, hold them, and love on them, but I don't put my mouth anywhere near them, and I wash my hands after I deal with them. And after I collect eggs, I wash my hands. Even after I just go in there to clean something, like I'll rake around, I wash my hands. And I wash my hands well, which has been really tough on my hands, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's almost tough enough on my hands that I've considered using hand moisturizer. It's like reverse indigo clay. A video meeting. That's cool. Wait, Frida, we have blue clay in Gothenburg. It turns yellow when fired. That's weird. We have brown that turns red. So I guess there's... What's blue? What's blue and what's yellow? I mean, we have iron in ours, right? Well, I was diagnosed 10 years ago and I tried ADHD meds and then it was just too much. So I focused on the antidepressants and the understanding Asperger's. Fair. I still need my chicken hug. Well, it'll be Diane. Your chicken hug's definitely going to be Diane because Diane is the most friendly. She is so cool. Diane is my favorite chicken. Poppy is my second favorite chicken. Who's my third favorite chicken? I don't know. I'll have to think who my third favorite is. Oh my god, I have so many little things all over my desk right now. Sewing gloves, stuff from sewing masks, floss cards. I need to cut out bullet journals. Can I show you what I have on my desk right now? You'll be like, what is your life like? Look. It's just stuff. Just so many, just stuff. It's just a big stuff. But I do have something kind of cool. I made this. I brought it inside to show it to you. It doesn't live inside because it gives me the heebie-jeebies because birds are dirty. They're not dirty, but I feel like they're dirty. And like, I know that the chickens had mites, so I don't like keeping anything feathered in the home just in case the mites were on them before I started collecting. But there, it's chicken and turkey feathers. From Chickens and Turkeys. I'm gonna have Alex hang it on the door as like my autumn wreath. I thought Clover used to sit with you in the pics you shared. Yeah, Clover used to, and then she found out that she didn't have to because all the other birds are like skittish. So now Clover's like, oh, also since I locked her up, we don't have the same relationship. When I had to break her broodiness, she wasn't super happy about that. And I don't think she's fully forgiven me. It's fine. Like she's fat and slow, so like I can catch her, pick her up, and she'll be fine once I catch her. But she doesn't want to be pursued, whereas Diane won't run away at all. I'll pick her up, she'll make those noises, I'll put her down, and she'll just start pecking at the ground right at my feet. There's no stress. She just is having a good time. True life, yeah, it's just the way it is sometimes. My work desk is also my dining table, so I have to tidy it a few times a day. Oh, smart, T. That's a smart thing, but I don't think it would, I think what that would, in my life, it would mean that we're eating on the couch if it was my dining table. That's cool, love all the feathers, need to collect some too when I come over. Definitely, well there's tons, especially now because a bunch of them were like getting their winter feathers ready, I guess. T, my kitchen table is Ola's workplace now. Well, at least you got that nice chaise lounge or that bed couch. You can just eat there. I love the feel of clay. It's better than it's been, lately it's been Play-Doh. Clay is definitely better than Play-Doh, Lucy Lou. And you noticed I have chickens. I have 16 of them, Sheila. Can you imagine? I rinse feathers I find, then I let them sit for several days outside, or you can put them in a zip baggie in the freezer. Well, what I do is I did nothing, but before that, with the turkey ones, when I was bringing the turkey feathers in. Oh, bye, Lori. Have an awesome rest of your day. I hope you have a good day, and I'll update you on when the next live is, okay? See you later. And y'all have turkeys in the field. Indeed. So the feathers that I get from the turkeys, I let them sit in vinegar overnight. I don't know, I just always was like, bird flu, bird flu, bird flu. Which is hilarious because 2 of my chickens had a cold and then gave the cold to all of my chickens. And now all of them have gotten better from the cold. But like there was a period where I had 13 chickens with bird flu. Not real bird flu, it's not the same thing. But I mean, all of my chickens got sick. They stopped laying. There were like 4 days in a row where I had 2 eggs, 3 eggs, 13 chickens, and I was getting 2, 3 eggs. And what I was doing with those eggs was scrambling them and then giving them back to the chickens because I was like, you guys need to get better. So, basically they're fine now, but my sister believes that I will be patient zero, so I have to be extra careful and safe so that I don't turn out to be patient zero. Because that's not my plan. My plan is to be a responsible animal, what is it called? A responsible chicken owner, but I mean I want to do responsible animal husbandry for my ladies because I really like them. It's so nice to have a table to sit around together. Maybe you need more tables. I agree. Well, here's the thing. If I get more tables, I'll get more plants. But you're right. I definitely, that's what Alex's parents continue to say to us. You need a kitchen, you need a dining table, you need a kitchen table. But like, do I? I don't know. We don't even have one. I just don't have more space. Yeah, that's the thing too, right? I don't have space. Our kitchen is small. We have a couch in our kitchen instead of a kitchen table because Alex sits and hangs out with me while I'm cooking. And it makes sense for us. Obviously, if we had like a kid, we'd have to have structure and stuff, but we don't need any structure. The structure that we need is like what we do. More plants, more plants. Pretty much, Salem, honestly, it's like if I have any new space, I'm putting a plant on it. I got several new plants this last month, and I can't wait to tell you about all of them because they are so cool. Like a couple of the plants I got were on like my long-term wish list, and for some reason they just became trendy right now, so I got them for like $7. Even though I couldn't find them. Like 6 months ago, they just were not available. Online, in stores, you couldn't custom order it from a garden center. Like they weren't there, and now they are. I got one called a fishbone cactus, which is very exciting. How has Thunder been on his new diet schedule? You won't believe this. Thunder, come here. Thunder, come here. Thunder, come here. Thunder, hey, hello. Señor. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bueno? Oy, oy, oy. You won't even believe this. The hair on his tail is growing back. His tail was like naked, you guys. And now that dark spot isn't bald. That's his dark hair. Like his gold hair is starting to grow in that section. And it's started to grow up at the tip again. So he's got, look at, it's like a real tail again. Yeah, and then his back that got shaved for the wound is almost all grown back. He's doing really well. He is doing really well. We haven't had any events with him at all since we shifted his diet. We haven't had no seizures, no weird behavior, no crying or pain or anything. He didn't have that. I'm just adding that there's been no additional symptoms, and none of the things that happened before have happened again. So he's doing really good. You can always explain to kiddos that other families eat at a table and they'll see it in movies. Yeah. You know, if it works for you, do you. Same with kids. Make sure what works for you is normal for the family. That's true. I eat on the couch anyway. There's some childhood trauma there, so I can't eat sitting at a table. Oh, well, there you go. Then you don't have to eat at the couch then. Works for you. Well, Fika, coffee visit corner is great to sit at. I love that you have a Fika corner. That's so cute. Good morning, Salem. Nice to see you this morning. I was given a trash bag full of decent wool to spin and was wondering how to get the lanolin off in a way I can later use it for hair or skin stuff. I think it would end up just being a hot water soak the wool. The lanolin should come up to the top like oil and water. Somehow pour off the first layer of water and oil, then take your wool out, and then I would say, you can let it dry. Like just let all the water evaporate, and then you'd end up with that oil. I mean, I don't think. No more seizures, not one. Nothing, no symptoms at all, Candace. He's been just a happy-go-lucky guy. I think it's hard to have both the lanolin and the wool. Boil it and let it cool, then put it in the fridge or freezer overnight, and you can take the fat off the top. That's true too. Good idea. Joan. Good morning, Joan. Hi, how are you doing today? I'm doing well, thank you. I was just bragging about my huge number of plants and how I'm excited. In the next stream, I think I'll show you all of the new plants that I got because it's more than one. I also did so much transplanting. Like I have terrariums all over my house. Like there's one here, and there's 3 over there, and then there's one in the bathroom. And in each of these terrariums, I put cuttings. Like instead of having cuttings in water, I also have cuttings in water. But instead of just putting them in water, I put them into terrariums like this. And they root beautifully and then turn into beautiful, healthy plants because they're in a terrarium. Then I pull the baby plant out of there and put it into a plant pot, and then I get new plants. So that happened where I took all of the like baby plants out of the terrariums and planted them up, potted them up. So I now have so many plants, basically. I think you have to boil wool to get the lanolin off, and then the wool would be ruined. I'm not sure, but I think I saw a video about that. I don't know. I think like if you don't boil it, what if you just don't boil it and just like in a crock pot, low and slow? Wouldn't it eventually come out anyway without damaging your wool? You might have to do it for like, maybe it's like a 2-day process on low on your, in a crock pot, like literally in a crock pot. It might be like a long process, but I think you could do it without damaging the wool. Because wool can get to a certain temperature, just keep it at that temperature. Like just below whatever it can get to, I think. I have tallow to render. Tallow. If I missed anyone, good morning, goodbye. Which do I want more? I'll give the warm water left outside in the winter a try. I'd rather have less lanolin and crappy wool than none. Totally. Can't you spin the wool and then boil it and it would save? Ah. Spin the wool first and then boil it because your wool will already be... You can't... Boiling the wool won't ruin it after it's spun. It might shrink it, right? But it won't. That's not a bad idea either. I don't know. I feel like low and slow is a good option. Try a few batches and report back? Possible too. But you can't use detergents, right? I'm sure there's a video about it. Maybe. There seems to be a video about anything you want to try. For example, if you want to dye yarn yellow, green, or orange with marigold flowers, that video came out this weekend. Melting point of lanolin isn't much warmer than body temperature. And the damaging temperature of wool is definitely higher than that. I think you could do it. I think it'll work just fine. But who knows? So, there's 2 or 3 options. Well, there's 5 options for the day that the live stream is going to happen. My thinking is that we're going to do once a week now. That way we have more to update each other on, and that way we have more like going on, and then the community, the Discord kind of makes more sense because we're talking on the Discord when we're not in the live stream, and then we live stream, Discord live stream. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're going to do once a week from here on, but which day? I don't mind. We can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I'm down for any of them. So if you have an opinion, you let me know. Start with 1 skein wad, see how it goes. Good idea. Oh, Sid, I was about to write it all down, but then I remembered I can reread the live chat. True. Also, yep, you can. And it'll be easy to find because I'm about to go now, so that'll be one of the last. Do you have any yarn for sale by chance? Well, Lucy Lou, I did just make 2 skeins of yarn. I can show you them. See if there's anything you like. Do I have any more twisted up skeins? I do have some yarn. So I'll go through them maybe in detail next time, but these are the 2 most recent that I made. And there's a whole tutorial video of the whole process. Isn't that nice? I'll just add that to that. This is what I've got in stock right now. But I'll check if I have photos of them, Sheila, and then I'll update you there. But I'm gonna head out because I have to feed the chickens. I let them out of the coop, but I didn't feed them yet. And they are like, you know, hungry birds in the morning. So how about Wednesday? It's midweek and easy to remember. Yeah, we can do hump day. That way I can release my edited videos on Monday, and then we will be able to talk about it on the Wednesday. Hi, new subscriber. Just wanted to say thanks for the tutorials. I look forward to watching your library. Awesome, Sierra. That's great. Thank you so much for joining. I'm happy you're here. Salem, I'm new here. I found via your Oh, really? How gorgeous they are. Thank you, Salem. I'm so glad you got me through the tutorials too. Well, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. Lucy Lou, very beautiful yarn. Thank you. Bad timing, Sierra. I know, right? Right when I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. Welcome. Bye. Okay, so I'm cool with Wednesdays. I will put a, whatchamacallit, I'll put like a voting thing up on Discord so that you can vote on what you like. And then whatever we pick is what we'll do. I'm easy. I just want to do 1 day a week though for now. We can add more if it gets boring. We can we can do whatever we got to do, but I want to start with once a week. As long as I know when the live is, I'll be here. It's been wonderful to hang out with you again. You too, Sid. It's been really great. I like Monday, but I'm okay with any day. Oh yes, good idea, Laura. Thanks. I'm full of those. I'm just kidding. But for real, I'm gonna go now. Chicken time. How do you use Discord? I never tried. You have to download it. I'm not gonna lie, Alex set it up for me. So I would say Google it, because Alex did it for me. And then Chemi set it all up for me. So a Discord's like a big chat box. That's a good way to explain it. Okay, anyways, friends, wash your hands. I'm gonna go wash my hands because I was holding Diane and I want to eat snacks. So I'm gonna eat snacks, then I'm gonna go out in chicken time. I love you guys. I really did miss you guys. A month is way too long. We can't do that again. Not a whole month. That was a really long time with no stream. So I love you guys. I love us too. I love this community. I'm really glad that we're back. It's like, I was like super anxious yesterday, being like, what's gonna happen tomorrow? But it flew right back in. Just like when you see an old friend and you don't have to, you could just be right where you were when you left, you know? I love that. So I love you guys. I will see you next time, and I'll keep you updated in all the ways that I can. I'll update on Patreon, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Discord about the next stream. So I hope you had a good time, and next time we're going to talk about plants, and maybe there will be a different chicken here for the beginning of the stream. Who knows? Again, love you. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video, because it does make a difference, and I really do appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye!